Morning. It's September 21st, 2020. We're still in the pandemic, although I think some of the fear of the pandemic has gone away somewhat. I think people have just decided that the fear of that is worse than the actual pandemic, and so we're not quite as hunkered down. People, we're going back to normal somewhat, but for a while, everything it seems like the entire world was shut down. But today, I want to talk to you about goals and dreams. Having goals, being very specific about what you want, what you want to do, and then having a why to, why you're doing what you're doing. I heard somebody say that you need to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And one of the things I've been working on myself lately is I do work very hard at my job, and what I do, I work very hard on. But I also work harder on myself. I want to know what's the truth about myself. What's going on inside of me. The big thing is on the way the brain works and how I think about things, and make sure that my thoughts don't overtake, that my thinking doesn't overtake. Well, let me give you an example. If you're trying to eat better, for example, to be in better shape, you want to be in better shape, and you want to live a better lifestyle. Because you've been eating a lot of junk food and candies and stuff like that, and then you're walking. Let's say in a grocery store, and there you see M&Ms or a Reese's peanut butter cup, and it's like calling you. Oh, I can buy that Reese's peanut butter cup. And you got to say to yourself, it's like there's a voice inside of you that says, "Oh, you can do it. You could just have one, Steve. You could eat one." And it's like, no, I'm committing. My commitment level to health and fitness. It's like that voice. If the voice inside of you telling you what you don't want is louder than the one that's telling you do want, you're not going to be able to resist the temptation to eat that Reese's peanut butter cup. And then you eat that, and then it's like, oh, you might as well have all that bag of M&Ms too. And then it just, and then, oh, a donut and a cake and a cinnamon roll, and then pretty soon, now you're you've eaten all this stuff, and now you got all this energy for about an hour, and then you crash. So I want to today I want to just encourage you to work harder on yourself, and know yourself. You know, know yourself, push yourself. Give yourself some goals, and I decided, when you eat really bad food, and you eat the wrong kind of foods, and you drink the wrong kind of, like pop and stuff loaded with, coffee's loaded with sugar, things that are not good for you. You will end up feeling really bad. And I got to a point about 9 months ago where, it was right after Christmas, and in Christmas, we had a family get together. There was just nothing but cakes and sugary foods and fatty foods, cheese on everything. And I ate that stuff, and I probably ate about, 1.5 times too much of that stuff. And I found myself right after Christmas, I mean, oh man, my energy level was low. I just felt terrible. And I told myself right there, if you get yourself to a point, I call it inspirational dissatisfaction, where you get yourself to a point where you're just fed up, you're just mad, you're like, you know what, I am not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna let myself do this. And so I sat down, and I decided that I would make a goal. And I remember I wrote it down. I will do 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 sit-ups or crunches, not actual sit-ups, but crunches every day. And at that time, I was doing some, but I was doing, between 300 and 500 a day of push-ups, and then maybe the same in crunches. And so I set a bigger goal for myself, and I just decided I'm gonna work on this. Now, um, you know for me, it's just it's something that you need to do something every single day to push yourself and to know yourself. And so I didn't set that goal, and the next day I did it. It was like, all right, I'll do just a little bit more. I would just do a little bit more, and then I'd stick with that for a week. So I think I was doing 300, so I tried to do 50 extra push-ups. And then once I did that, and it was hard, and I shook going up and all that, and then it was like, okay, I just stuck with that for about a week. And then once I did that, and then I moved it up to 400, and I just kept slowly working myself up. And then some days I just didn't, I was just kind of worn out, and I couldn't do as many. And it's okay. The thing is don't be too hard on yourself, but have consistency. Persist. Do it every single day. What you can do every day will eventually become a habit. And I kind of made that decision. No matter what, 7 days a week, I'm not going to not do my exercises. I'm going to do my exercises. And so some days I didn't do all of them. There's even days I in about April I made it to where I was doing 1,000. I started doing 1,000. And then the voice is saying, "Oh, you can't do that." And sometimes you have to not think. There's Mel Robbins is a lady that's a speaker, and she has this thing called the 5 second rule. And basically the concept is it's just like a rocket going off into outer space, and they get to the countdown, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, and the rocket goes off. And her concept is you just do that with yourself. When you wake up in the morning, instead of hitting the snooze button, you just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and get up, and you don't think. You just get up. And sometimes you have to just put yourself into action, and not let your brain think and start talking to yourself that way, because you will end up not doing it. You'll find yourself hitting the snooze button, going back to sleep. And so and it's the same way with working out. It's like doing that 1,000 push-ups. That last rep, it's almost inevitable every day. I'm down to the last one, and that voice inside of me starts saying, just like it did with the Reese's peanut butter cups. It's the same thing. It's like, oh man, you can't do this. It's too many. You're too tired to do this. And sometimes I'll take a break for maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds maybe, and I'll do some breathing. Do some breathing, and actually just focus on the breathing. And then in my mind I'll imagine that I'm doing the push-ups, or sometimes I'll imagine that, all right, I'm done with them, I'm getting up, and I'm getting ready for the day. And I'll kind of see past the effort that needs to be done, to kind of see in my mind what I'm doing next. And that's what's been able to keep me to continue to do it. And then there's one other thing I want to talk about, and I do this even when I work out, is doing a little bit more than what you're paid to do. You do a little bit more than your goal. I do a little bit more. So if my set is 150, I'll do 160. I'll do 10 extra push-ups. I'll do when I'm doing crunches, I might have sets of 60 that I'm doing, and I might do 63 or 64, and then go to the next set of 63, 64. And just doing a little bit more. I'm just in the habit of that. If I'm at somebody's house working for them, I'll do a little bit more than what I'm paid to do. I always try to do the little bit extra, and it doesn't mean I'll do a whole bunch. I won't, I'm not gonna. I might clean. I might not clean their whole house, but I'll clean a little bit around the area that I'm working, a little bit more, a little on the edges, a little bit more than what I'm paid to do. Try to do a little bit more, and by doing a little bit more, you're just putting an investment into your future. And it works the same way in finances too. Just take a small percentage of what you earn and invest that into your future. And it doesn't take long, and you can be financially independent. But anyway, today I just want to say that be specific, figure out what your goals are, and have a positive outlook on your life. And you might say, well, I just don't have time in my life to do this, and get up a little bit earlier. You know, this morning I woke up at 4, well, I woke up at 4:30. I did some prayers in the morning for about 10 minutes, and I was out of bed, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, got right up, got up out of bed, and started on my exercising at 4:40 this morning. And what I found was I had some extra time. I was able to take a long walk today, and doing something for your, working on yourself. You know, either physically, mentally. Um, Study yourself, get yourself, know yourself, know when you get to those limits and that you need to rest, and learn how to turn your mind off and just do it. Don't listen to that negative voice saying you can't do it. It's still it's funny. I've been doing these still since April, so it's been, gosh, 4 or 5 months now. I've been doing 1,000 push-ups every single morning, and I guess it's inevitable. I get to the last, 150 push-ups, the last set, and the mind. I have to almost like ignore that mind. Oh, you can't do this. It's like it's still saying that even after all this time. But I'm getting better at just not listening to that. So I guess I would say that I'm saying to sometimes don't listen to your don't listen to yourself on that part of yourself, and you'll find some success. So, anyways, have a great day and talk to you soon.